You know, it's easy to get lost in the whirlwind of life. With so many things demanding our attention, we often forget about the simple but powerful things that make life worthwhile. We're caught up in goals, work, and aspirations, but somewhere along the way, we miss out on showing the best parts of ourselves to the people around us. How many of us have felt like we're just running on autopilot, stressed, tired, and not really connecting with anyone? It's as if we're no longer people, but machines. We get so absorbed in everything else that we forget what it means to be truly human. Are we even interested in being good, decent people anymore? Or have we swapped kindness for success? Sometimes, it feels like the only way to earn respect is to climb the career ladder, get noticed, and prove we're worth something. But in that pursuit, we lose the things that really matter. We disconnect from family, friends, colleagues, and our communities. The love, care, and attention we used to give and receive from others seem to vanish. We tell ourselves, once I'm successful, I'll have everything I need to care about the people around me. But here's the thing. The higher we climb in our careers, the more isolated we feel. Success isn't enough. We need real human connections. We need love. And without it, we start to feel lost. We know the truth deep down. We're not machines. We're people. We need the warmth of others, the kind words, the shared experiences. But we get distracted. We get sucked into the noise of the world, chasing goals that leave us emptier than before. It's the age-old trap. The more we have, the more we lose. The hustle and bustle of life in this fast-paced world has stolen something precious from us: time. We don't have time for ourselves, let alone for those we care about. We don't have the energy to be present, to really listen, to connect. We used to be generous, compassionate, and kind. But somewhere along the way, as we focused on career growth, fame, and success, we became hardened. We became machines, numb to the pain around us, disconnected from the struggles of others. We no longer see the injustices or the sorrow in the world. They don't seem to matter to us anymore. Instead of being the kind of person who makes the world a better place, we become isolated. We tell ourselves, I'm independent, I'm successful, I don't need anyone. But that's an illusion. We're all connected, and without those connections, we miss the point of being alive. As Lama once said to a group of Americans, we've made it to the moon, but we can't even say hello to our new neighbor without feeling it's a waste of time. We're too busy chasing our dreams to engage with the people around us. We're afraid of being dragged into pointless conversations, or worse, getting caught up in people's problems. We believe that we can live without our neighbors, without friends, without community, and still be okay. But that belief is misguided. Windu's poetry paints a beautiful picture of the life we should all aim for. A life where we live harmoniously with others, where we share simple moments together. It's the essence of being human, connecting with those around us, adjusting ourselves based on what we see and learn from others. The simple act of sharing our lives with those who surround us, whether it's our family, friends, or colleagues, is what brings meaning to life. When we make time for others, when we listen, when we show empathy, we enrich our own lives. It's through those connections that we find our roots in this world. We stop feeling lost and alone because we realize we're part of something much bigger than ourselves. Being successful and achieving great things is important, but it should never come at the cost of our relationships or our sense of community. We have to make space for both. So let's take a step back. Let's stop chasing after every fleeting goal and instead focus on the people around us. Let's make time to connect, to care, and to be human again. The truth is, as we keep climbing higher, the emptier we feel. The more we reach for success, the more we lose touch with the things that truly matter. Sure, we tell ourselves that we're doing it all for a better life, for financial stability, and for the freedom to help others. But in reality, we're cutting ourselves off from the people who make life worth living. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that once I have everything I need, I'll give back, I'll connect, I'll help. But that's a dangerous mindset. By the time we reach success, the relationships we've neglected might be gone. The people who mattered to us the most could have moved on, and the opportunities for deep, meaningful connections may no longer be available. So we end up at the top, alone, with no one to share our victories with. And when we start asking ourselves, what's the point of all this success if I'm so lonely? We realize that we've been pursuing the wrong goals. The hustle, the grind, the constant chase for more, it all ends up feeling empty without the relationships and human connections that we've neglected along the way. Lama's point about reaching the moon but not being able to greet a neighbor is a metaphor for what's happening to us in the modern world. We're so focused on getting ahead, on advancing our careers, and on achieving greatness that we lose sight of what truly makes us happy: human connection. We live in a society where personal success is often measured by how much we can achieve alone. But the truth is, we're never meant to go through life alone. Windu, through his beautiful poetry, showed us the way forward. A life of simplicity, grounded in relationships and shared moments. In his work, he envisioned a life where people live in harmony, not just with themselves, but with everyone around them. It's a life built on mutual respect, compassion, and understanding. That's where the true meaning of happiness lies. Not in the solo pursuit of success, but in the collective experience of life. When we share with others, whether it's our time, our resources, or simply our attention, we build something greater than ourselves. We create a sense of community that nurtures us all. It's like planting roots in fertile soil. The deeper we connect with those around us, the stronger we grow, the more grounded we become. But when we shut ourselves off, when we focus solely on our individual goals, we sever those roots. And no matter how high we climb or how much we achieve, we'll never feel fulfilled if we're disconnected from the world around us. Think about the people in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, neighbors. How often do we really check in with them? How often do we stop and listen, not because we have to, but because we genuinely care? We're so caught up in our own problems and ambitions that we forget to ask the simple question, how are you doing today? Real success isn't about how much money you have, how many accolades you've received, or how impressive your career looks on paper. It's about the impact you have on the lives of others. It's about being present, about showing up for the people who matter to you, and making sure they know they matter to you too. When we stop and take the time to show up for others, that's when we start to feel truly successful. Not because of the stuff we've accumulated or the power we've gained, but because we've enriched the lives of those around us. And in doing so, we enrich our own lives in ways that success and wealth alone could never provide. But it's not always easy to make that shift. In a world that values individual achievement above all else, it can feel counterintuitive to focus on the collective. We've been taught that self-sufficiency is key, that independence equals strength. But the reality is, human beings are not meant to be isolated. We thrive in community, in connection, and in the love and care of others. So let's start to reframe how we view success. Let's redefine what it means to live a fulfilling life. Instead of chasing after the next big thing, let's slow down and appreciate the people who are already in our lives. Let's listen to their stories, understand their struggles, and show them that they matter. It's through these small everyday actions that we build the kind of life that truly satisfies. Not a life defined by material wealth or career accomplishments, but a life full of love, empathy, and shared experiences. And that, my friends, is the kind of success that makes life worth living. We often forget that the most meaningful connections don't come from grand gestures, but from the small, everyday acts of kindness and care. It's the little things that matter. A friendly word to a neighbor, a helping hand to a friend, a listening ear to a family member. These are the moments that truly make life meaningful. But in our race to success, we often overlook them. We're so busy trying to reach the top that we forget to be present for the people right in front of us. And yet, when we pause and reflect, we realize that these simple connections are what give life its real value. The things that truly nourish our souls aren't the things we can buy or achieve. They are the relationships we build and the love we share. A career might make us rich in money, but it's love, compassion, and connection that make us rich in spirit. This doesn't mean we should abandon our goals or stop striving for success, but we must remember that success isn't just about what we accomplish alone. It's about what we do for others, how we lift those around us, and how we contribute to the well-being of our communities. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to get consumed by the constant pursuit of more. We chase bigger houses, fancier cars, higher positions, and more money. We think that these things will bring us happiness, but in reality, the more we accumulate, the more we disconnect from what really matters. The more we focus on our own desires, the less we focus on the needs of others. So take a step back. Slow down. Ask yourself, when was the last time you really listened to someone? When was the last time you helped someone without expecting anything in return? When was the last time you truly connected with the people in your life? We all have a tendency to get lost in the chaos of life. But the secret to finding true happiness and fulfillment is in the connections we make and the love we give. It's in the time we spend with our family, friends, and neighbors. It's in the way we support our communities and show compassion to those who are struggling. When we make an effort to be present for the people around us, we start to realize that we're not alone. We're part of something bigger, a web of relationships that gives our lives meaning. And it's through these connections that we find the real joy of living. We're not meant to be isolated. We're not meant to go through life as individuals, climbing ladders and collecting accolades. We're meant to share our journey with others, to build something meaningful together. When we live with this mindset, we don't just achieve success in our careers. We create a life that's rich in love, connection, and purpose. And as we connect with others, we also begin to feel more fulfilled in ourselves. The act of giving, whether it's a kind word, a helping hand, or just being there for someone, fills us up in ways that material success never could. It's through these small acts that we experience the true joy of being human. So let's embrace the idea of shared humanity. Let's remember that we're all in this together. The success we strive for should not be measured solely by personal achievements, but by how we impact the lives of others. When we live with a heart full of love and a spirit of generosity, we create a ripple effect that touches everyone around us. The goal isn't to become rich in wealth, it's to become rich in love, in kindness, and in human connection. And that's the kind of success that truly makes life worthwhile. It's the success that lasts. So as you go through your day, ask yourself, how can I contribute to the lives of others today? How can I connect with the people around me and show them that they matter? How can I make the world a better place, one small act of kindness at a time? When we all start thinking this way, when we all begin to prioritize people over things, relationships over success, we will create a world that is more connected, more compassionate, and more beautiful. And that's a world worth striving for. Thank you for taking the time to listen, for reflecting on these ideas with me. Let's make sure that we are not just living for ourselves, but for the people around us. Let's build lives full of love, connection, and true success.